back to the Lucian. I'm your host, Jared Beeler. I want to take it a little bit easy today and talk about heaven. And I've done it before, and my backdrop's not as good as it was last time. But we're so close to the prize that it truly is amazing. And with all the evil and everything that we deal with and the way that we see the world, sometimes it's hard to remember that we are close and we are in the final hour. And it's not going to be much longer. We don't know exactly when that will be, but each day ticks down. And it's so exciting to think about it. And I get to talk about this with family and close friends and stuff like that. You know, we always talk about heaven and things and how cool it's going to be. And some of the past videos lately have been on the serious subject, and they have to be for a reason, you know, and I can't always talk about the milk and honey, the good stuff that heaven's going to be, you know, and everything, because a lot of times we have to have serious discussion because, you know, what's the point if nobody even makes it to that if they're not walking in the right path? But today I want to kind of step away just for a nice little break. And this video is going to be pure milk and honey. And sometimes that's nice. It's an encouragement. I was talking with Dustin, my friend, the other day, and brother in Christ. We were talking about it. And, you know, just realizing how close the whole thing is. And you could just feel the weight lifting off your shoulder. It's so amazing. And it reminds me of my rapture vision when that weight just came flying off. And you don't realize how much is there until it gets removed. And it's incredible. And it's so close. It literally could happen very soon, and especially this year, if the events and things that are going to be taking place, and we've played with the math on this, really do line up. This could be happening very soon, and all the events taking place, wars and things like that. Ooh, it's really looking like it. So it's very exciting to think about. And like I say, you know, sometimes we don't get to because we're too busy, you know, dealing with the other stuff, and we know that it's there. But sometimes it's nice to just stop and talk about how awesome heaven is. And I've said it before, most preachers don't do it justice, and no matter how hard I try, I won't be able to. but I'm trying to give it more of a realistic thing, because it's going to blow minds, like literally blow. If you have, you know, I don't know what it's like to be married or anything like that, but when you find that place, that family that you're with, and you realize there's no turning back, these are the ones you want to spend your time with, and the world slips away, you know, it's going to be like that when you're up there. Everything we do now and the love that we have for others and stuff like that, we're trying to get them on board, you know, and let them know how awesome it is, and leave things behind so they can find their way and stuff. When you get there, there's not going to be any looking back. You're going to have that feeling inside you, that called part where you finally realize that you are home once and for all. And it's going to be your real family, the ones. And, you know, you can liken it to several different things, but it would be like being found on the street at a very young age by some parents that take care of you, but they never told you that they found you and adopted you, so you thought they were your parents. Meanwhile, you were actually a prince or a princess from a far-off kingdom. It's so legendary. It can only be in myth. And they've been looking for you, and now you know, and it's almost your time to go back to this place. And you have every ability to talk to those family that have adopted you and stuff like that, and bring them in and tell them about this place and welcome aboard if they accept that king, you know, in that kingdom. But when it's your time to go back, there's not going to be looking back. Everything awesome that you could possibly imagine is there, and there is no more of this financial nonsense or any things that we have to deal with right now. It's going to be legendary, and you're going to love every single second of it, you know. And like they say, there is no looking back. It's just going to blow minds, and it's the start of eternity. Anything that we could fall in love with here in this world, I've said it before, is basic training. It's like falling in love with basic training. It's not even the real world. This is the test to place yourself, rank rewards and things like that, and to accept Jesus and realize he's the king and the only one that to ever serve, the master of the universe, and to have that choice and to make it and to pass the test. This life is that test, and there's never been a harder test that I could think of that could be conceived. But there's never been a greater reward that there could be. And the only way there could be a reward like this is from somebody who owns the universe, God himself, in every dimension, and all the power in it. Because the stuff that he can do and make, and you're going to see and hear, it's going to be legendary in every single way. And like I said, a lot of times you get this idea, like you hear in church and stuff like that, because a lot of people still go, and you guys know that I don't or anything, but you get this idea, and they make it so cookie cutter, and we're going to be reading the Bible when we get up there and stuff like that. No, you're going to instantly know the word and how it was all fulfilled and how it was what was used to lead you to him. And when you have it up there, all those people that you've read about and stuff like that are there, you will be able to talk to and see. It's going to be in your mind. You're going to be infinitely more intelligent through the roof. There isn't an IQ score that would be able to match it. To be a child of God is to be, it's going to be the ultimate in prestige in every single way, from being the greatest warrior that there could be in the universe. You're the child of God, and to the things that are involved with the intelligence and how you look, from chiseled features to everything else. It's going to be absolutely incredible, and it's going to be immortality. It's the only way that you could enjoy. It's really the only way that you can enjoy something like this is to being immortal, because otherwise you just can't. There's just too much to see, and it's going to be too awesome. The rewards that he's going to have for us, it's described as crowns and things like that are cast, but to actually comprehend what some of these things could be, we don't know. We just know that they're going to be awesome, and you're going to love it when you do. We don't know what it's like to be this well off, this rich. When I was going up in the rapture, two things were told: you'll never have to worry about another worthless job again, and you will never have to worry about financial issues. All right, our Father owns everything, every dimension in the universe. There is no money issue ever again, and you're his kid. It's going to be awesome. We don't know what that's like. I've never owned a house or anything like that, and so I don't know how awesome it is. But to be rich, to know what it's like to have a mansion and a summer home and a winter home and a mountain home and all these other things that come with that, and the prestige that's with it, I can't comprehend. I don't know what it's like to have that awesomeness and no worry, and to be able to enjoy it and to enjoy it forever. And it's not just that. I mean, he's created everything, every dimension, stuff like that. We don't know how that will play out behind doors of buildings. I mean, everything is going to be open to us, and what we use is just a third dimension here now. To be able to use them in other ways is something that I haven't really talked about on videos, but two areas or two dimensions taking up one area or space, and it could be the equivalent of opening up a door to your mansion, castle, or whatever. And it's even bigger on the inside that would be feasible than would be feasible in that single dimension by itself. So it's truly hard to imagine how awesome it's going to be, and but it's fun to think about, and it's really cool. And I've said it before, it's not going to be this cookie cutter the houses that we have now, or the neighbors across the street, and everybody's squared off, and the whole parking lot has to look the same and stuff like that. No, I don't think so. Not even close. God has always loved the individuality, and He's created that uniqueness. And where the world can't handle it, like I say in the army and stuff like that, where they're trying to get everybody the same just right dress so they can control the situation, only God Himself can handle each individual atom, each individual person, the way that He's created them, for His glory. And He can handle it. So He can handle the individuality, and it's awesome. The different cultures and stuff like that. It's not going to be that way. Maybe somebody, for instance, somebody that is saved Japanese or whatever, and their culture and the way that their home would be set up, or castle, right? Different than the way that yours would be. But He knows everything, and He knows who we are on the inside, and He knows the stuff, and is able to build that future tense that we don't even know. You can get there and you'd be like, this is the most amazing thing, I love it. And like I say, He can be like, yeah, I know, that's why I made it. It's already been instilled in you, even though you've never seen it before, And within each one of us, that individuality, I think, also will show an expression of who He is and the things that He likes. Because, He created it all that we see now, the mountains, the beaches, the oceans, the trees, and all that awesome stuff that people like. And a lot of people will cling to one of those sort of things. Maybe it's mountains or trees or oceans or whatever, beaches. See, He likes all of it. He made all of it. And each individual one of us is that expression. And it'll be, I think, more of a closeness that we have with God, and how awesome it is to get to see that individuality and that is there, but at the same time all together, because we're all brothers and sisters, and that uniqueness that's there. It's very exciting. So I don't expect to see anybody's house like anybody else's. I think that it's going to be awesome, and I don't think that they're going to be small either. You're talking about immortality. Think about the things that you will do, carving up a log, making a design for your house, whatever that you are exploring with through eternity. You would need a pretty big place to have the things that you want in there and stuff like that, and the freedom to do it. And I don't see them being, in John chapter 14, verse 2, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go to prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, you may be also. Okay? And that's King James, and Jesus is referring to that. And I don't see these mansions as small or dorky or anything like that. I think it's going to blow minds, all right? I picture castles the size of mountains, okay, individually, and there's tons of room. You're going to be able to enjoy being able to go where you think and fly and have your flying horse, because it's not going to be the neighbor across the street. You could live in a place where there's so much freedom and open space, that it'll only hold your house. And there is I don't see how you could put a limit or a border on heaven. It just goes. It's God's creation. He can do anything. He made the universe in 7 days. What He does around Him, you make stuff for other people, right? And important stuff, and it's nice and stuff. And then sometimes you'll work on your things, and you make it real nice. You make it real nice, because it's for you, every little critique thing. And He's had all the time to do this and stuff, and and I could totally see that. Heaven's gonna blow minds in every single way, and it's the prize that we're looking for. Being with Jesus is it's gonna be awesome in itself, to be able to talk to Him and walk with Him and laugh and be able to know that we're with Him forever. But the other stuff that He's going to have there, and the way that a parent likes to give a kid something, or a gift, and see that light shine in their face, or just blow his mind. You don't like to give bad stuff. Here we have the Master who can give the best. It doesn't get any better than what He gives. There's nothing better than that. And He is going to be giving these rewards and things, and you don't want to miss out on Him. So, I mean, it's just going to be incredible. And like I say, the individuality of it, I tell my friends, I can't wait to see your house in heaven. And I don't mean that in any other way than just being that. If you guys ever went driving to look at Christmas lights or check out things like that to see how people have set it up, it's really cool. I look forward to seeing the people that I care about and friends' houses and stuff like that in heaven, the way that it's set up for them. And what God saw in them and decided to give to them, I think it's going to be so unique to check it out and go to those different places, like a sightseeing sort of thing. It's going to be awesome. And I think that's really cool. And we don't know really what it holds. We can only try to imagine. And 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9, but it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. And, we get an idea in the verse that says right below, but God has revealed them unto us by his Spirit, for the Spirit searches all things, yea, and deep things of God. All right, so we have an idea, but we can't grasp it. I can't do it justice of what it's going to be. So even and I've prepared, different pictures for this video to kind of get your mind thinking of the awesomeness of this whole thing, all right, and the size of these mansions. And it won't do it justice. Truly, because we can't comprehend how cool and how great it's going to be. The vast openness, the different things that you'll be able to do, sailing or anything else, or exploring, there's going to be so much of that it really is, you can only daydream about it, and think of what it will be. And we are so close to this actually becoming a reality. It's no longer just a distant idea or something that you have to think about after you pass away, and what you're striving for. This is why we pick up the cross daily. We're almost there. And those things that you have done for Christ, those selfless acts of sacrifice throughout your life, those aren't what got you there, but those are going to be tallied for rewards, and these rewards can't be comprehended. It's just going to be incredible in every single way. And we don't know what they are. We just know that we're going to be with him, and we're going to be like him, and and you're never going to want to look back at this world or this test that we've been going through. It's just, there's not going to be anything here worth looking forward. When you get there, that is the goal. That is what you've been striving to, and everything in your being and your system will realize that is what you were striving for the whole time. And now you are finally home. You'll have that feeling of finally being home and never have to worry about the things that we have to deal with in life and the sin and stuff like that. It's gone. You have passed the test. So now you get to be there, and there's not going to be that worrying anymore. You're going to be 100% with God, be able to talk to him and see him and go right up to the throne and get to experience that and ask the questions and get to experience the things that he has in store to reveal and unfold throughout time forever, We can't really comprehend it. It's fun to think about it, and it is an encouragement. And it's that uplift, when you're feeling down that sometimes you need to hear. A lot of times we do. And I don't always get to talk about it, but it's definitely one of the 3 favorite things that I love to talk about. Combat, heaven, and the rapture. And the rapture and heaven, they go together real good. And it's so close. Like I say, you can feel that weight just when you grasp the closest of it. You can feel that weight start to slip off the shoulder, and you realize it's not much longer now. It really isn't. It's going to be taking place, and it isn't a distant idea like it used to be. We have reached all the different points that need to take place in the Bible that are told to look for, including Israel's 70th generation and the other things. And it's right here. We've reached it, and we see the events taking place with Gog and Magog and the things that happen around the time of the rapture and happen from there. And we've been able to take all this and throw it together and look at these things, and it's so exciting to think about because it's just right there. I can't do it justice. I can try, And it's so fun to think about and talk about different things that we're going to get to see and to eat and to enjoy, and not have to worry about the ailments that come with life, being overweight or fat or having a fatty liver or any of that nonsense, And it's not going to be an issue anymore. We're going to be able to enjoy it. And I don't know what it's like to be on a vacation, like a real one. So I'm probably going to especially enjoy this. I'm really looking forward to it, I can't wait. And beside that, when we come back down for the 1,000 years, it says that we'll be able to plant vineyards and drink of them and build houses, and they're not for somebody else to do them, they're for us. And think of that time and stuff that you will be able to do. You will be able to build awesome things. I think tree forts are cool. When I was a kid, I had this one, it was like Swiss Family Robinsons, and I'd build bridges with my brother and sister over to these other groups of trees, and then over to other groups, so it was all connected, and it was so cool. And with the mind that you're going to have as a child of God, every skill that you've ever seen is just a masterpiece. You're like, that carving that guy has done, it's just absolutely incredible. How did that guy turn that log into that? Or things of that nature are going to be amplified so much in the individuality of each of us. The skills that you have. Maybe you've never been able to play music and stuff. You will be able to play it better than anybody ever, It is going to be amplified. Like I say, the prestige of who you are going to become. The reward is the ultimate reward, to be the child of God. And he wants all of us to be with him. He's given us all that chance through Jesus Christ. If we believe on him, make him our king and follow him, and repent of our sins when we mess up and stay with him in his hand. He's going to take us. We're going to get to be with him, and we get an opportunity that nobody else, it was made for us, and it's just so amazing to grasp that, and it's hard to. And the things, like I say, the presence that he's going to have are just going to blow our minds. When you hear L.A. Marzulli's story of us riding back into Armageddon, and we're on flying horses, and the horse is like, it'll never let you fall off of it, knows it's like synced mentally, and like you can talk to the animals, and it's flying. And then the Holy Spirit tells him later that horse is a gift from the Father to you, and it flies, Imagine flying on horses to the tops of mountains or over clouds, or to your castle that might be off the ground. Who really knows, but you'll be able to go anywhere and explore anything, and you don't have to worry about your horse dying of old age or anything like that. It's going to be a companion for all beyond time, we don't know what that's like. It's going to change the game on everything. Animals, if they become, or if they are big again, like I say, and as friendly as they are, as it says, that they will be, the child will be able to play over the snake hole and stuff like that during the 1,000 years. You'd be able to ride on eagles and stuff, and everything's going to be different. It's a fantasy world that can only be shown in pictures and ideas through fantasy, because we can't imagine it, but it's a reality that we're going to get to experience and see. And we can't quite comprehend it. It's just too fantastic to imagine. We can only get little bits of it, that come in there, and but it's close, and it's right on the verge. And 2019, it looks like it could be that time. It really does. And I've said it for a long time, that each year it looks like it, and each year it's getting closer and closer. And I just feel like, we're in that critical point. More and more people have been told. The little kid that was told last year that he was going to render the earth in fire. If the Nibiru stuff is real on those times, I haven't been able to find an exact scientist who's looked at it, but if the stories are real from the people that have read about it, we've already done the math on when it takes place, and the 2-year mark, all right, and the 6 months leading up to that to go underground, or the 6 months that it goes through, I should say, so the year and a half that happens before, it would have to start. The tribulation would have to start this year. And that means the rapture is coming, and we're going to get out of here, okay? So that is really awesome to think about. So awesome. And it's so close, It's the prize, and we're almost there. And we get to look at it, and kind of grasp, but we haven't tasted it. And you can't imagine this realm that he has created and how awesome it's going to be. But I think jaws are going to just drop, and you're going to stand in awe, because you can't believe how awesome this is, you know? And when you see like your house and stuff and it's the size of a mountain and you're like, you've got to be kidding me. This is amazing. It's gonna take months just to explore the whole thing, you know? And it's like, time doesn't matter. Enjoy yourself. You know, and the friends that are actually your brothers and sisters in Christ that have made it with it, you're going to be able to trust them. Like, trust them like you trust your you know, yourself, that you're going to be able to spend time and enjoy it with them and talk to them about stuff, and the fellowship and the companionship that we have with each other, and get to be able to be around Jesus, you know, and everything else, and get to talk to him and ask him different things and stuff. It's just going to be so radical in every single way. It's what the fight's for. It's why, like I say, we carry the cross every day and we're in the trenches and stuff like that. It's all going to be worth it. Why we try to get others to come along too, because we want everybody to be able to experience, because it's open for everybody, you know, and that's what we're called to. If you believe on Jesus and you follow him, this is a reward that you get to have as well too, and your own unique individuality of it and stuff like that. And you know, I've given my mom a bad time before. She's always wanted 5,000 acres and a ranch and all this other stuff, and I've told her, you know, not to be rude or anything like that, but it's so petty compared to what God has in store for those that love him in heaven. It's nothing. It's so small. 5,000 acres is chump change compared to you know, thousands and millions of miles of open area, and to be able to enjoy it with other people and stuff like that, and the size of things, and the scope, and the animals. I mean, it's just gonna be radical in every single way, and you know, it's so fun to think about, and to think about, you know, like I say, I've never had a house before. To think about my first house, because I don't see any other way that I'm gonna own a house unless it's in heaven. It is going to look like, you know, and I don't really know, but it's going to be awesome, and oh man, I just can't wait, and you know, like I say, I can't do it justice, but it is fun to think about, and this video is just pure milk and honey. I'm not really talking about anything else except for the joy at the end of the tunnel and how close that it is. It's pure bliss. And I can't wait, and I know you guys can't either, and sometimes we need to be reminded of this, because this is what the fight's for. This is where we're going to be, and we're going to be with Jesus, and everything's going to be awesome. And there's so many different angles this could be looked at. I've kind of just talked about homes and a few of the rewards and stuff like that, but I mean, in every single way, this is going to be awesome, and it's going to surprise and blow minds, and you're never going to see or you can't. It's just too awesome. But it is fun to think about it, and it's fun to talk about, and it's really great to think about how close it is. And there's not much time left, you know. So I've left a few pictures and stuff like that to get you guys' minds rolling, and kind of open up that fantasy, because like I say, it's fun to think about, and it's going to be better than anything that can be drawn or shown or visualized right now. It's going to defy logic and awesomeness. And we get to be there soon and be with the King once and for all, forever. And everything that we go and do with him is just going to be the best thing ever. So I want to leave this with a few ideas of visualization here. And I hope you guys enjoy. And thanks for joining me on Unleash. I'll catch you next time. Bye. God bless.